feeling constantly tired, even after a full night's sleep. Or maybe you're just not feeling it lately, and you can't quite put your finger on why. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. We're about to dive into the 7 subtle signs that you might be heading for burnout. This is a super important topic, so if you find this helpful, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell so you never miss our new content. Alright, let's get into it. Burnout isn't just about feeling exhausted. It's a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. It happens when you feel overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and unable to meet constant demands. The scary part, it often creeps up on you slowly, disguised as just a rough patch. That's why recognizing the early, subtle signs is crucial. So, let's talk about the first sign. Sign number 1. You're cynical about everything, especially your work. You used to love your job, or at least you found it meaningful. Now, you find yourself rolling your eyes, feeling detached, or even resentful towards your colleagues, your tasks, and the organization as a whole. This isn't just a bad mood, it's a persistent, negative outlook. You might start thinking, what's the point? Or, this doesn't matter anyway. This cynicism is a defense mechanism. Your mind is trying to create emotional distance from your source of stress. So, if you've gone from being your team's biggest cheerleader to its most jaded critic, pay close attention. That's a major red flag. Moving on to the second subtle sign, a feeling of ineffectiveness and lack of accomplishment. Do you ever get to the end of a long, busy day and feel like you've achieved absolutely nothing? You're putting in the hours, you're checking off tasks, but you don't feel that sense of satisfaction or accomplishment you used to. It's like you're running on a hamster wheel. This feeling can be incredibly demoralizing. You start to doubt your abilities and your contribution. You might think, I'm just not good at this anymore. This isn't necessarily true. It's the burnout talking. It's draining your sense of competence and making you feel like your efforts are futile, even when they're not. This is a classic symptom that's easy to dismiss as just being hard on yourself, but it's often a clear indicator that you're on the path to burnout. Let's discuss sign number 3, which is a big one. Emotional exhaustion that feels different from normal tiredness. This isn't the kind of tired that a good night's sleep or a relaxing weekend can fix. It's a deep, bone-weary fatigue that's more emotional than physical. You feel drained, like your emotional reserves are completely empty. You might find yourself more irritable, snapping at loved ones, or feeling overwhelmed by simple social interactions. The thought of another meeting or another demanding email might make you want to just crawl into a ball and hide. This emotional depletion makes it hard to be empathetic or to engage with others on a meaningful level. If you feel like you have no emotional energy left to give to your work, to your family, or even to yourself, you're likely experiencing this sign. Now, for sign number 4, physical symptoms with no apparent cause. Burnout doesn't just live in your head, it manifests in your body. Are you experiencing frequent headaches, stomach problems, or digestive issues? Maybe you're getting sick more often than usual because your immune system is taking a hit. You might also notice muscle pain, especially in your neck and shoulders, from constant tension. These physical ailments can be confusing because you go to the doctor and they can't find anything specifically wrong. That's because the root cause is chronic stress. Your body is essentially screaming for a break. It's keeping the score. So, if you're dealing with a collection of mysterious aches, pains, and illnesses, it might be time to look at your stress levels and consider if burnout is the real culprit. Sign number 5 is a change in your sleep patterns. This can go one of 2 ways. For some, it means insomnia. You lie awake at night, your mind racing with worries about work, replaying conversations, or making endless to-do lists. You just can't switch off. You're physically exhausted but mentally wired. For others, it's the opposite. Hypersomnia. You could sleep for 10 or 12 hours and still wake up feeling completely unrefreshed, hitting the snooze button over and over. You might feel a constant, overwhelming need to sleep even during the day. Whether you can't sleep or can't seem to get enough of it, a significant, persistent disruption to your sleep cycle is a classic sign that your body's stress response system is out of whack, and burnout could be right around the corner. Let's talk about sign number 6, withdrawing from responsibilities and relationships. Have you noticed yourself procrastinating more than ever? Putting off tasks you used to handle right away? Maybe you're starting to miss deadlines or just doing the bare minimum to get by. This isn't laziness, it's a coping mechanism. You feel so overwhelmed that you avoid anything that adds to your burden. This withdrawal also extends to your social life. You might start declining invitations from friends, isolating yourself from family, or just generally pulling away from people. Socializing feels like another chore, another demand on your depleted energy reserves. If you find yourself consistently choosing to be alone and avoiding commitments you once enjoyed, it's a strong signal that you're trying to conserve your dwindling energy, a hallmark of approaching burnout. Finally, we have sign number 7, a loss of enjoyment in things you used to love. This is known as anhedonia. Think about your hobbies, the activities that used to light you up and help you relax. Maybe it was reading, hiking, playing music, or cooking a nice meal. Now the thought of doing them feels like a burden. You have no motivation, and even if you do manage to do them, you don't get that same sense of pleasure or fulfillment. Everything just feels flat. This is one of the most insidious signs of burnout because it steals your joy and robs you of the very things that could help you recover. When your favorite activities start to feel like chores, it's a serious warning that your overall well-being is in jeopardy and that you need to take action. So, to recap, the 7 subtle signs are: 1. Being cynical about your work. 2. Feeling ineffective and like you're not accomplishing anything. 3. Deep emotional exhaustion. 4. Unexplained physical symptoms like headaches and stomach issues. 5. Changes in your sleep patterns. 6. Withdrawing from responsibilities and people. And 7. Losing enjoyment in your favorite activities. If you recognize several of these signs in yourself, please don't ignore them. This is your mind and body telling you that something needs to change. Burnout is serious, but it's not a life sentence. The first step is awareness, which is what this video is all about. The next step is to take action. This might mean setting better boundaries at work, learning to say no, prioritizing self-care, or even speaking with a manager or a human resources representative about your workload. Sometimes, it may require talking to a therapist or a counselor. There is absolutely no shame in seeking professional help. A mental health professional can provide you with tools and strategies to manage stress and recover from burnout. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this information valuable. If you did, and you want to see more content on mental health and personal well-being, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you're the first to know when we post a new video. Your support means the world to us. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in the next one.